Okay, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Urfspace Live with me, your host, Chuck Whelan. And today is DCC Day 2025. So, DCC Day is Dungeon Crawl Classics. DCC, yes, Dungeon Crawl Classics. Dungeon Crawl Classics from Goodman Games. Goodman Games. I've done a ton of work for Goodman Games over the years, and these days I'm sort of doing more for them than ever, really. And I've got really into doing maps for them. So I'm going to look back over some of my past work for Goodman Games today, and we'll celebrate DCC Day. And if you go down to your local game or hobby store, wherever you may be, and you can request a free copy of the DCC Day Adventure module. I don't know if the producer can find a picture of that somewhere, but yes, the DCC Day 25 will bring that up. And ooh, I can hear the keyboard clicking. I can hear him at work. What else is going on today? Okay. Oh yes. Well, and then I also want to talk about my friend Natalie's book, M33 Galaxy of Hybrids. We're going to have a look at that. I just got a copy of that. I backed her Kickstarter, so we're going to have a look at that later. And then the other exciting thing is Astro Kitty in Urfspace is here. So yeah, the hardback copy. We're going to get a little first peek at that. Here it all is, all the pages. Ooh. Okay, wait. We're bringing up Dungeon Crawl Classics there now. Okay, hang on. All right. DCC Day 2025. There's a module that I did a cover for. I'll bring it up myself later. All right. Hold that for now because I'm talking about Astro Kitty now. There we go. All right, here we go. So Astro Kitty in Urfspace, and now available to order from my website, which is urfspace.com or astrokitty.co. And the book is there, and I've been busy starting to sign them and set. Well, I guess I'm waiting till I sign them for them all out. But yeah, I've got a lot of drawing in them to do because Kickstarter backers, I promised one thing or another. So I'm doing a lot of that right now. But here's the book, so check it out. That's a lot of fun. All right. All right. I think that's it for now. So I'm going to go ahead and play the theme tune. And when I return, I will have hopefully my host, Mr. Dale Sipperley, will be here. And we have our producer, Charles Jr. here. And we're going to look at all those things, what I just talked about. All right. See you in a minute. Okay, hello. Here we go. Nice. I'm showing my Instagram page. And here on my Instagram page, you can see the cover for the DCC Day 2025 Adventure Pack. But wait, actually, I don't really want that up there now. Let's go back. There we go. All right. Let's bring it up like that. There we go. Oh, it's only going to come up as the whole thing. Or can I put it in a window? There we go. Oh, I see. It's because, okay. All right. All right. That's not very helpful, is it? Can we do it so I can... Oh, I'll tell you what. I know what I can do. If I bring up my friend Dale, look, I can make him useful for something. There we go. Then we can... Oh, no, but that still only shows a third of it. Okay. That doesn't really work.
Just do it like this.
How about this one? There we go. It's small. All right. I don't know what's silly. I can't. Yeah.
It's almost like you should be able to
Taking
customize your layouts.
off the screen for
well, no,
now.
it's more to do is I'm sharing the whole
Above
window,
voice.
so I'm like want to wait if I can just. Make
Well, I'm more just making a comment about how it's silly that you only get to choose from like 6 different custom layouts, and you can't make, or like 6 different preset layouts, and you can't make your own.
Well, it's not like I need another layout. I mean, the layout's fine. Look, and they've even got some new layouts now. Look, that's a new one.
That one's always been there.
This one, was that okay? Well, I don't know what other ones you need, but yeah, the trouble is that that's like because it's.
Well, it's just frustrating that you can't change it. Wait, can you change it? Oh, you can change it.
What?
You can click on the thing and press customize.
All right.
If you hover over the thing, yeah.
Here it is.
In beta. Good morning, Tina Whelan.
Morning, Tina Whelan. Hi, Tina.
Okay, how about this? I'll share this tab. Wait. How about that? Yeah, so there we go. DCC Day 2025. That's what we're here to celebrate today. So well, all right, we're going to do that. But first of all, what else are we going to do? First of all, like let's put that away. How do we do that now? There we go. All right. Ooh. What the hell doing that? All right, let's bring up my table cam here.
See, this is what I mean, where you can customize it. Look at this.
Ooh. Oh. See, there you go. That's why we need a producer. All right. So wait. Okay, now let's try adding my table cam. Here we go. All right. What do we think of it so far? Wait, not that one. This one.
Wait, your table cam isn't up.
No, I got it.
There we go.
All right. What do we got here? We've got M33. Oh, it's flipped. Let me unflip it. Oh, wait.
I got it.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
If you hover over the panel and do the 3 dots, there's a camera button.
There. Okay. I can just do it there. Okay, I was just going to the side to do it. All right.
So what's this then?
Okay, so now Natalie McKean, she's a local artist. So, but actually, well, I was in Sour Cherry Comics a while back. I had some art in the show there, and I went in and I was looking around and looking at this and looking at that, a little table of local things. I sort of had a good look at that, and I saw this. I was like, "Oh, this looks good." It was like sort of I don't know, sexy aliens in an interesting little story. So I sort of picked that up, and then I was and then I asked the owner. I said, "Oh, is she around?" And she said, "Oh, I was going to pay for it." She said, "Oh, Natalie's here." So that was nice. So I got to meet Natalie there, which was good. And then I've seen her a couple of times, and I ran into her. Well, actually, then she backed my Kickstarter. I backed her Kickstarter for number 2, and then she backed my Kickstarter, which was very nice. And then I ran into her right after that. I ran into her art battle, and I've run into her art battle a couple of times now. So now let's see what she's given me here. Ooh, what have we got? All right, little chibi of her characters. Thank you, Chuck. Thank you so much for supporting this project. Your contribution helped bring this issue to life. I truly could not have done it without you. Independent comics thrive because of readers like you, and I'm so grateful to have your support on this journey. With gratitude, Natalie. All right, well, I'd probably better put something like that into my Kickstarters too. That's nice. I don't know, like a lot of mine are just going straight out to people because I've got this thing with personalizing the books, and it'll print it right in them and go straight out to them. But I can put a little memo in there. Oh, look, then a nice sort of cards. That's a good idea, isn't it? Those nice cards. All right. 2-side printed cards. That's a good idea. And, ooh, fun little stickers. These are good. See those?
Yep, very nice. Good little hollow print.
Galian.
A Galian.
Created, written, illustrated by Natalie McKean. There we go. And the selection of comics by queer artists. Well, I'm not a queer artist myself. I mean, you know, especially. Not by San Francisco.
Well, you could be.
Now, okay, I did read episode 1, and I have episode 1 somewhere as well. So this is good. All right, so episode 2, things are getting going here. All right, but it's not like an erotic comic, especially. I mean, I don't know, it's a little bit,
Okay.
but it's not what I would call a porno comic.
All right.
It's about peace. Oh, look, there's a picture of Natalie at the back there. All right. Ooh, it's nice art. All right. All right. Ooh, look at that. Look at the fan art. There's some good fan art in here. All right. I didn't want to spoil too much.
Do you have fan art in your Kickstarter?
No, I do not. One of my Pufel books has got fan art. So I've had one piece of Astro Kitty fan art so far. If more people want to send me Astro Kitty fan art, that's fine. All right, this is good because like every time I think I'm sort of like going too far with something, I look at something like this. I'm like, oh no, it's fine. All right, there's Natalie. All right, she's self-taught artist, illustrator, and author. Based on, okay, that's like me. I'm also a self-taught artist, illustrator, author. Their works
That's right.
Link, Scratchboard.
That's
All right,
right.
didn't do Scratchboard. Digital art and animation, often blending light and dark, magic and science. Yeah, she does a lot of light and dark. Okay, magic and science, and organic and technological elements. Natalie creates dark yet mystical sci-fi art inspired by metaphysical experience, lucid dreams, and astral projection. Since launching their professional career in 2010 with the Robotic Aquatic Scratchboard series, they have explored themes of extraterrestrial life, queerness, feminine strength, and human technology hybrids. All right, okay. So, apologies if I've been using incorrect pronouns. But all right, Natalie, you're the greatest. Very nice to know you, Natalie. All right. So check that out. I guess available where all good comics are sold.
Now you got this is Sour Cherry. That's up near Mission Comics.
Well, I got this off. This is my Kickstarter reward, but I got issue 1 at Sour Cherry. Yes, and I don't know. Like some of my books are available there. They have at least one copy of my book, but Sour Cherry is a very small store. So, I'm very grateful that they have copies of some of my books, and Mission Comics has some of my books, and Silver Sprocket has some of my books. And Silver Sprocket are about to get a whole bunch of Astro Kitty books because they backed my Kickstarter at the retailer level. Speaking of which, okay, Astro Kitty hardcover and softcover, which are more or less identical, just difference in the cover.
What's the difference in the cover?
One's got a hard cover and one's soft cover.
Okay, so one cover is hard and the other one's soft.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the big difference. If you back the Kickstarter edition, or if you buy it off my book, you get a specially printed, personalized insert in there. So that like the first page of your book is now printed. So that's another difference with the hardcover. And look, here it all is. All the stories of Astro Kitty. Astro Kitty being the lead singer in the cartoon band Astro Kitty and Urfspace 5. That's the Urfspace cartoon band. Now, if you guys been watching the show for a while, you know we have cartoon bands, and I'll tell you what, we can put on some of their music right now. And I've put a lot of copyright disputes, which I've had accepted through YouTube, complaining that this is used music. But one of the ones I always get trouble with is the Seagulls. Mama Knows Best. So I'll put that one on.
So you have to manually dispute it?
Yes, they sort of get a flag. Usually, it depends. It's
like, why can't you just? It's so stupid that you can't just message YouTube or like set it up so that like, hey, if this stuff is being used on my channel, don't flag it because it's literally mine.
I don't know. I think they sort of accept us. Well, I don't know. I put in and they accepted them or didn't respond to them, and then they got passed. Whatever. I've got I know what I have to put in. There's sort of set bit of copy. I have to send them a link to the code. So I just copy and paste when it comes in. But Astro Kitty, the time agent. Can't tell you too much about her time traveling adventures because that destroys the laws of physics. So it's more about the fashion aspects of Astro Kitty's life. Yeah, like a lot of it's quite confidential.
Confidential.
Yeah. The details of Astro Kitty's career as a time vortex patrol officer. Obviously, if you talk about that stuff, it messes up history. So, talk a bit about the album there. That's just a little plug for the album. Okay, a lot about Space Gen. Space Gen, who's my favourite character, really. Space Gen, the Space Cadets.
What do you like about Space Gen?
Well, Space Gen is
the costume.
She does have a fun costume.
She can wear different outfits. Yeah, so she's a space cadet. So at the beginning of Urfspace, it's about a space cadet arrives on the space station. The numerous space cadets arrive on the space station. Actually, they're genetic clones. They're like Clone Wars. They're a bit more sort of beauty. They're not quite as all uniform as Clone Wars. Even Clone Wars, they start getting more mutants as you go along. So yeah, so she's a sort of genetic grunt clone, but she's broken her programming, but most of them have. She started the band Astro Kitty and the Urfspace 5, but she's really disorganized. So really, Astro Kitty kind of organizes it and runs it really. That's one's called Space Gen Sings. I don't know. That was one I did as a very big messy painting, just very loose. I don't know, it came out quite good. I don't know. One day I'll do some more thought about paintings, but I sort of like that they come out kind of wonky. I don't know. Yeah. So Space Gen, yeah, she works enforcing. She's an enforcer for the Urfspace military police now. Again, I don't really go too much into the politics of Urfspace. It's quite complicated, but it's run by a military junta. So is that okay? Now this one, okay, Space Gen's wearing a butt plug hat in this one, so I don't know what that means. Does that?
A what hat?
So Space Gen's rash fashion statement, a peculiar butt plug hat, raises eyebrows and invites curious stares, but she wears it with unapologetic confidence, embracing her eccentricity.
A what hat?
It's a butt plug hat.
Okay.
You can see it.
Yeah.
It's on the screen.
I don't know, it's just some picture I saw. I was like, okay, all of these are sort of done off models, really. So, well, this is one where I stole it back from AI. This was an AI picture, and then so I stole it off the AI. So,
How do you steal it from AI?
well, because AI is not allowed to be copyrighted. So
it's technically not even stealing.
Yeah.
Are you saying that AI took one of your pictures and you?
No. There was an AI picture of like a woman holding up a sort of ticket or something, like this picture that I drew from as a reference to draw this one. Now you could say I improved it. What's that? Yeah. I mean, this is the questions I'm asking here.
Well, I would say you added a nice human touch that I don't think an AI could recreate.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I was stealing back from AI. I mean, some of these are just different ones, sort of just different things that I see, or some of them I just sort of pull out of my head. Like, okay, this is based off a DQ, old Dairy Queen advertisement from the 1950s.
Advertisement.
Yeah.
Ooh, wait. Charles, are you practicing your English accent for college?
No.
Oh yeah, you could pretend you're a foreign exchange student from England.
Yeah.
Then people would think you're really interesting, and they go, "Oh, I love your accent."
Yeah, I was just wondering if
I get a lot of that.
I was just wondering if because of the chicks you were like gonna be working on your English accent.
No.
No.
If I have to pretend to be somebody I'm not, then it's like there's no real accomplishment.
Dude, we all pretend to be something that we're not. That's
yeah. It's probably why other people actually have girlfriends.
No, dude, that's one of the things that you learn about being a grown up.
Yeah, you do have time for
all lie about what we are. Well, so much for me trying to help the youth of today.
This is a funny one. Tina liked that one, so I kept it in. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with some of these. But you never know. I sort of like them and I put them out, and if other people like them, then I feel validated.
Well, draw what you like.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is a definite exercise. Enjoying it, definitely sort of exploring some things, just sort of being a lot looser. Like, with Pupil, I felt like, you have to quite a lot of control and do that. So, I just wanted to really, do something a bit sort of different. I've been just sort of exploring and sort of filling up and exploring the diversity of my canon, you could say. All right, that's my little 4-page comic that, just spilled out there. I didn't have to think about it. The thing is, I wrote it very quickly and easily, and I was like, oh, well, now I've got to do it. So a bit like hard work. My favorite thing in this is her keyboard that looks like a Star Destroyer. It's a sort of floating Star Destroyer keyboard.
I like that.
But, I got the donut in there as well. I've had the idea about the donut where they live and work for a while. So, I mean, I get that in there, but it's in here a couple of times now.
I love that top panel. I love your spaceships. That's one.
Yeah.
One of the things when you were doing those search and finds that were set in a spaceship, I love those.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I want to do sort of more of those. Yeah, I like sort of doing that. Okay. Thank you, Dale. That's nice validation. I need to hear something like that once in a while so that I know that to do it, because I like it all when I do it, but then I'm like, oh, I don't know if anybody else likes it. If people don't tell me, I don't know what I should focus on.
Well,
your spaceships are definitely good.
Chuck, you're a commercial artist. You should be focusing on making money. It's all about the money.
Well, I reject that. Look, if it was all about money, I would have gone into banking and been a banker.
Well,
yes, like money is what non-artists invented to try and compete with art.
Well,
and they even put some art on it, say like, "Oh, look, it's art." Yeah, it is. Oh, this is artist Dorian Electra. That I wasn't really familiar with, but I like this outfit. And listen, but then Micah, who was on the show, getting back to DCC Day, Judge Foxy. They really liked this band Dorian Electra, apparently. So that was a nice, happy coincidence. These ones were sort of late additions to the book. They just sort of squeaked in the last minute there. There's the one I did based on the Rum Kicks, as in Astro Kitty meets the Rum Kicks. You can see that video Chris made. That was nice. Then we got Astro Kitty's friends here. So then there's these selection of a few other things. Some people like this guy. I called him Omega. He's Omega. He's one of Astro Kitty's enemies.
Okay, so is that a ripoff of Omega from Doctor Who?
Yeah, that's Doctor Who versus Omega.
Okay.
They don't have a copyright on Omega. Alpha to Omega, that's in the Greek alphabet. An Omega, that's a Zardoz reference, because Z is the last letter of the Cyrillic alphabet, or whatever it is that we have. And Omega. Oh no, that's the Cyrillic alphabet. Yeah, Omega is the last letter of the Greek alphabet. What do we have? We just have the alphabet. So this is another version of Zed from Zardoz in the Urfspace. In this case, he's like a warrior priest. And he's going around deleting all your data. Because he doesn't like it. He likes hunting and killing as Zardoz intended. Then Orkra the Ruthless. So Orkra is a character. Yeah, I've done her a few times. I don't know Orkra. Yeah, she's sort of becoming a character. I did Lady Orc before, and yeah, this is Orkra.
Okra, like
Orkra.
the vegetable.
No, Orkra. Oh, and I noticed there's a new comic which Nate, my pal Nate Pykos of Blambot has done a nice logo for Dork, apostrophe That was quite a good name. I'm annoyed I didn't think of that one. Dork. Anyway, this is Orkra. So she's copyrighted now, so you can't. And Quack Wazoo Action Wizard. These are actually characters from Land of the Hand, I'm realizing.
Land of the Hand?
Not till I put them in another book, but actually I realize these are actually all from the Land of the Hand. They should be in the Land of the Hand book.
Tell me about Land of the Hand.
Okay, I'll get on to Land of the Hand. All right, okay, that's enough. And anyway, there's loads more where that came from. There's a book full, and then there's some more sketchbooky bits in the back, Astro Kitty and Space Gen sketchbooks, and all that. So lots of good stuff. Plenty more to read in there. There's another more recent one. That was a live drawing that I did. All right, so yeah. And Kickstarter backers will be getting a lot of bonus things. Yes, so Land of the Hand. That came up in some of these sort of Goodman Games thing. Actually, technically, this was a Land of the Hand piece. But yeah, I can't fit that whole screen in.
What is Land of the Hand?
So Land of the Hand is something that I came up with. I'm going to put the Land of the Hand music on. Where's Land of the Hand gone? There it is. Here we go. Now, Land of the Hand is in Urfspace Beyond. It first appears, and there's a big hand that travels. Is that really too loud? There's a big hand that travels. Well, it's sort of a multi-planar thing. Here we go. Let me get Urfspace here. Is that here?
We should get going with some drawing soon, though. It is 10:30.
Okay, producer, thank you. I'm just trying to avoid it. Yeah, see, that's the first appearance of the Land of the Hand.
Okay. It needs more hand-shaped mountains.
And then it appears again here. Return to the Land of the Hand. And then I did it when I was doing some live stream drawings for Goodman Games, which this is one of them, I guess. I started using the hand. I realized the hand was quite a good motif.
Yes.
So
I would have chosen a different configuration of fingers, though.
a different configuration of what?
Fingers.
Oh, giving people no. Okay, so the fingers move over time. All right, so the hand moves. Now it's imperceptible in the lifespan of an ordinary human lifespan. But yeah, the hand can move, and the fingers can take different configurations, and it does. And ages come and ages go, but the hand remains.
Okay.
People like to dominate the hand. It's a source of sort of magical power. Like evil forces can take over, and then it becomes like a very evil place, or it can be the center of a beneficial place. But yeah, the hand remains. Humans come and go. So that's some of the lore about the hand, and that's the hand in the background there. You see,
the hand remains.
But all right, I was going to talk more generally about like some Goodman Games stuff. All right, you want me to get on with some drawing? I'm just going to show some of these things I've done for Goodman Games recently, in case people haven't seen these. I don't know. This is Trials of Trackmaster's Doom. That was fun. Well, that's the one I'm most proud of. Oh my god, that was very fun. All these like little traps that I got to make into a reality.
That's nice looking.
Yeah, proud of that one.
Lots of wash.
Yes. Yeah. The thing is, like, it's a bit of a shame because the red pencil that I use, it does actually give us a very nice sort of effect on the wash, the red, and then you lose some of that one and make it into just grayscale. But all right, you have to buy the originals. That doors one. This was a nice one. I was very happy with.
Okay, what is that thing in the center?
This is the Black Bell Tower.
Okay. Oh, something else.
Well, okay, so the adventurers have to penetrate inside this thing.
Yes. Penetrate. I understand.
Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff like that going on. Here's another one, the Shrine of Salazios. Now, I got some nice comments on this one.
That's really nice.
You think that one's better?
I don't see any dragons.
All right, this one's got some nice. This is nice features. Yeah, there's a nice village here. People are being abducted from the village, and there's a little sort of temple area up here, and they can sort of go up in the temple area. There's underground, but the zombies are coming up underground, and tunneling up from this sort of central area and stealing bodies. There's a little sideway, and you come in there. There's a body and a big spider in there, but they can come in here. So I've sort of actually got that as kind of illustrated. I liked how I mixed in the different scales and got everything in like illustrated. The image is actually part of the map, and then I just put this little mosaic thing in there to fill in that gap.
Nice work.
Thank you. Oh yeah, I love doing those. I really want to do more. It's really nice. Like there's a size of a dungeon, not too big and not too like some of them are a bit big and it's difficult. Like this was another one I was very happy with. The Vault of Monath Ott.
That messes with my eyes.
So what happens here is so you arrive on the beach in the island, you come up, there's this sort of little platform and there's this sort of egg-like thing in the middle. I can't remember, you do the right thing, then sort of like staircase sort of opens up inside it. And so you sort of step into it and then you go up this sort of staircase up into the ether and you come out and you enter into this room. And there are these two blocks and you stand on this one, it goes down and then this one goes up. And there's a sort of tunnel that goes through this one here. There's also like a little secret door that leads you down a spiral staircase. They're the hardest thing to do. So you could come out underneath it here. So there are different ways, or you can try and get across it here, or there's this little one where you can come through the middle and you come through here. Or you could go up on the top. If you go up the top, then these things get you that are flying around in the ether because you're open. Or if you get down the bottom, you get squished.
Oh, there's the dragons.
There's different ways.
You needed those in the last one. You didn't put any of those in the last illustration.
Of what?
Those little dragony things that you have floating out in the ether.
But they're actually part of this. They're actually part of the world and they're part of the adventure. Because if you come up here, these things can get you. And they're not in the other one, so that's why they're not there. All right, so yeah, you sort of come across like, okay, so there's two things you can do. Like if you go through here, and you walk down here, there's a false door, and it will tip you down, and so it will go whoop and tip you down, and you'll sort of fall into this central barrel. And you fall in here, you can fall down this middle. And I think then you go off down into the abyss, and you're lost because you're sort of floating in the abyss here somewhere. Well, the other way is to come around this snake thing, and you have to sort of avoid various traps. You can sort of come down, but there's a sort of little ceiling thing, and you come down. There's a little secret spiral bringing this way. So there's all these different kind of ways that you can come down. This is difficult because you're inside this snake, and then the head of it sort of biting on here, and I'm like, that doesn't even really make any sense. And to somehow figure out how that made sense. Yeah, I can't remember there's something going on in here that you have to deal with. Yeah, but this is like if you're crafty, there's a way to do it where you have almost minimal pain. If you do it wrong, you'll get completely mangled up.
No, a lot of
so that was a good one.
A lot of your illustrations for Goodman games are just really esoteric ways to die.
Yeah. Yes. A lot of these sort of Goodman games, especially like the funnel ones, they're like, characters each. So you go and they all get ground up and die, and so it's a bit random, like which one's making out. He's quite into the randomness. This is like a workshop, so you come down on a platform here. There's a little side, but you can end up sort of crawling through all these metal ducts. Yeah, that was very complicated to think about. Like, so I had to really think about all the different levels that all these things were on, because you've sort of got this duct that comes through, but it's up here, but you've come down some stairs there. They've got this sort of robot thing that they're working on. Then all these then it's like question, am I really drawing all these little bloody beds that you're putting in here and all this furniture? This one, I thought I would. This one, I went quite realistic, but it was
bloody beds.
You see, if you had done that digitally, you could have just drawn it once and then cut and pasted it in.
I probably did that in the sketchy stage. I don't want it to look like it's been cut and pasted.
Well, I like them.
This one I like. This is one of my most successful. All right, I'll try and do something like this today. All right, I'm running out of time. All right, better get on with it. All right.
Yes, I was going to say, you're not going to have enough time.
Yeah. All right, well, I'll just quickly, these are the last two things that I've done for Goodman Games that I've shown these a lot now, but yeah, I've got good responses from them, so those are good. That's from
I think those ones are great. You gotta get some of those books in bulk to sell at shows.
Yes. Okay. Yes, that's a good idea. I should do that. I should get some wholesale copies. Okay. Well, okay. There's small. Okay. Wait. All right. Get these things out of the way. Oh, okay. Wait. One last one. I'm going to show you. This one that's the cover for the current DCC.
Wow. I haven't seen that one.
It's a bit sneaky because they've really got two. I had to think about two covers. It's one painting, but it's two modules. And I don't know. Yeah, I sort of tweaked her a little bit in the final, in the digital stuff. But yeah, okay, the painting's there.
That's really nice. Now, where's the text?
Okay, I've got some nice comments on that. All right. Yeah, the rest of that's okay. There's some other things there, but all right. Yeah, we'll do something new. All right. So I'm going to do something like one of those ones that I did that I think I was quite successful at. All right. Okay, that's all the things I had to say. Oh, wait, one more thing. Oh my God, I forgot another important thing. Is that still there on my Instagram? Hang on. Can I see my story? There we go. Wait. Hang on. Let me share that. Wait. All right, wait. Can you see that?
Can't see anything.
Bring it up. Hang on. There it is. Okay. Yeah. My friend Scott Johnson. He's a friend that guy Chris and I used to work with. And he's got an art show. He's got into California landscape painting, and he's doing a really amazing job. And I guess he's got a sort of solo focus show. I'm not sure if it's just him but anyway, it's definitely like largely his work. And he's doing these very large scale California coastal landscapes, or different landscapes, California landscapes, and doing a really amazing job. So yeah, I'm going to head down there and check that out this afternoon. He's having a reception for the show, so that's at the Portola Gallery. Down on the peninsula, so check that out if you're in that neighborhood.
Yes, go to museums, kids. Support the arts.
Yeah, and these are really amazing California landscape. I don't know. I dabbled in it at one point. But I don't know. You got to sort of go out and go roaming over the countryside and do all that sort of stuff. But I'm really impressed with what.
The problem is that
there.
you really can't sell.
He's been working at it for a while, and he's getting better and better as it goes.
The problem is you really can't sell California landscapes in California. I had a painting instructor. He and his wife would do landscapes all over California, but they would sell them in Paris. They had a dealer, and so they would be sold as French landscapes.
Well, okay, you're making me think now of one of my favorite movies, which is Tim Burton's Big Eyes. All about her who painted, I forgot her name now, the Big Eye pictures, all the waifs, and her husband, who's played by Christoph Waltz, is Amy Adams and Christoph Waltz. And she meets him in the park selling French landscapes, but turns out later he's not even doing them. He's got some girl in France is sending them over. But he's a really good salesman, clearly. Yeah. He's an excellent salesman. And so that's that, but then she sort of falls he makes him very successful, but then he has all this power over her, which she can't, and she's not really good at speaking up when she should speak up. Which I sort of like that, because I don't think I'm always that good, or certainly at some point in my life I don't think I was very good at speaking up.
No artist is. That's why you do art. Art is how you speak up.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you can sort of learn to teach yourself to speak out through it. And it's quite difficult. I still find it difficult to say things very directly in art. But I'd say landscape painting, saying it very indirectly. That's just not a nice painting. You're creating a nice world by doing a nice painting. And he's doing a really amazing job, to be honest. Some very difficult things he's attempting, light and shadow and all this sort of stuff. So good on you, Scott, and looking forward to going to check that out in IRL, as they say.
What's IRL?
In real life.
In the reality of life.
What's IRL?
Dale's, well, if you live in IRL all the time, you don't really need a word for it.
I have no idea.
All right, now I'll keep saving some pictures. I've got a little.
I don't know. I don't know what the kids say nowadays. I'm not hip.
Yeah, what are the hip slogans with the kids now? What are all the iPad kids saying?
That's why we have Charles here. He's our translator.
Yeah, but I'm not an iPad kid.
How do I let the kids know that I'm hip?
Why aren't you an iPad kid?
How do I?
You need one for college.
What? No, you don't. All you need is a laptop. Like a $60 Chromebook. You don't need an iPad. That's just Apple consumerism selling you that you need an iPad.
How are the chicks gonna tell where you are without seeing what kind of iPad you have?
What?
I was a Mac genius in the Palo Alto Apple store. So I saw all these Stanford students, and the type of Apple product you had, it's, have you ever heard of the hanky code?
No.
Okay. In the 80s, or was it the 70s or the 60s? I don't know. but gay men would wear different colored.
In the way back.
They would wear
before.
different colored bandanas sticking out of their back pocket. They would say what sexual kink they were into. And what I learned working at the Apple store at the Genius Bar is that Stanford students, depending on what Apple product they had and how they decorated it, was how they advertised what relationship they wanted. So Apple products are kind of like the hanky code. So you need to know at your school, and it varies from school to school.
I think you just got bored at work and started making stuff up in your head.
Yeah.
Okay, obviously you've never worked retail.
Yeah, I've worked jobs where you stand around and stare at people for 8 hours, and that sounds like the exact type of thing I would make up in my head because I was bored.
Okay, obviously you have no idea.
For example, when I would see someone walk in, when I would walk in with, when I would see someone walk in with those stupid Apple Max headphones, I'd be like, oh, well, this is a person who doesn't know how to spend their money.
Oh, man.
Because it's like, wow, that you just spent $300 on basically terrible headphones, then you could buy way better headphones for $300. Okay.
Kids, don't listen to Charles. Go to your local Apple store, talk to a salesperson, and buy whatever they tell you to buy.
I see they've ingrained in you the shilling. You may leave the job, but that will never leave.
That's right. You can take the man out of the retail, but you can't take person. You can take the person out of the retail, but you can't take the retail out of the person.
No, you can take the Dale out of the retail, but you can't take the retail out of the Dale.
Yeah.
It's like the slogan, it's like, they have a little, like, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Also, kids,
certain slogans use people's names, so you can use Dale as your name in that circumstance. That's, I think.
Kids, always buy the extended warranty.
Wait, you've spent a lot of time telling us not to buy extended warranties on the show. Are you changing your shtick now?
Well, extended warranties are a scam, but I'm ingrained to tell people to buy them. Buy the extended warranty, kids.
Well, you know my motto.
Don't have your art supplies anywhere near you.
No. Close.
Okay,
my motto is never ever bloody anything ever.
Okay, I don't know what that means. Oh, did you hear the big news?
You can look that up. If you don't know what that means or where it comes from, you can look it up. It's a bit like keep calm and carry on.
Did you hear the big news?
It's not that much weight.
Okay.
There's cutting out.
Director.
Getting excited. He's cutting out.
There is a director who. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. There is a director. I can't remember his name. He's from New Zealand.
Taika Waititi. Oh, that's the other news I forgot to talk about. Taika Waititi is signed on to. They're pitching around Hollywood right now, but this is Rebellion Studio, so they're going to shoot it at Rebellion. I mean, they've got a volume there apparently, and they've been doing this Rogue Trooper movie that Duncan Jones, who's David Bowie's son, has been directing. Who directed Moon? He's been directing Rogue Trooper. and now they're shopping around Judge Dredd with Taika Waititi at the helm, and so it could be. It's like it's an impossible dream.
Oh my God, a Judge
This could be the
Dredd
Judge Dredd movie we've been waiting for.
that actually used the humor of Judge Dredd. Oh, I'd kill for that.
Yeah.
Now, what was the name of his robot servant?
Oh, Walter the Wobot.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing Walter.
Yeah, there's some Walter robot stories I haven't read because Walter comes back, and at one point, like, he goes bad as well later in a sort of more recent story, but then he comes around again. But he sort of got phased out as not being, he had a robot. He also had a landlady. He had Maria, his landlady. I don't know if they're going to go back to all that though, because they've left that quite far behind at this point.
Now, I'm just hoping that they decide to do something with Judge Death.
I'm not sure. I think they're going to be wary about that. Like, people keep saying they want Judge Dredd because they Judge Death, but some people don't like Judge Death because he sort of takes it out of the reality aspect. So I don't know. I tend to agree that you want to save Judge Death to you're a few stories in or something.
No. Start with Judge
Because you've got to
Death.
sort of establish the work, because he's sort of the opposite of Judge Dredd.
Give the people what they want. They want death.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I don't know. Yeah, that's
right.
going to be a big question. Like the Alex Garland one, they definitely didn't, but that's more about a budget. It's a bit of a budgetary thing because Death is quite inexpensive. He has to be done in an effective.
No, he doesn't. They could do bad makeup.
Well, yeah, but okay, but he's
Death.
got to be done in an effective way. I mean, yeah, he's cool. I mean, he's definitely like one of those cool comic character creations, and he can do all sorts of comic-y things. That would look really cool, but also, okay. Well, you got to have Judge Anderson then, definitely.
No, you don't.
What?
I mean, there's so many. The thing is, there's so many other great stories that are sort of, I don't know, yeah.
No, Judge Anderson is crazy. Otherwise, it's just fascist cops. Well, because doesn't she have like the psi powers?
The first movie they had Judge Hershey, so Judge Hanson. I didn't think that was bad. Diane Lane was amazing as Judge Hershey, actually. So, we got a good Judge Hershey in the Stallone one. I
mean, I'm more just like, I like the psi powers stuff. So, I feel like if you don't have any of that, it's just space. It's just like another dystopian thing where there's fascism and cops that execute people.
I mean, that's sort of the point, though, is that he's like a cop. I mean, it's like a police procedural. So, whatever, like there are these epic stories that come along, but there's also just these sort of like everyday, like one-off stories. Like, so they have a lot of just one-off stories where it's just that, so it's just, there are a lot of different stories you can tell around that. Actually, it's a cop story. Now, which one's my favorite?
Yeah, I just think that the characters like Anderson who have the psi powers make it more interesting.
You're wrong.
Sorry, I couldn't understand you. You weren't telling me to buy Apple products.
Argue very strongly. Some people argue very strongly that Dredd is super.
Uh-oh, you're cutting out a bit.
That he is a superhero because he is a superhero because he's a clone, and all right, this one. Okay, some of the ones I do with brush seem to get very good results. People get good. This one, all right. I'm looking at this one. This is one I felt most happy with, and it's brush. And I do notice that I do get some comments that people really like the brush one sometimes.
Brushy. Give the people what they want, dude.
But also, okay, somewhat it's a question of just slowing down. I don't know. That's trouble. Trouble with the show. I can't slow down a lot.
Brush, brush, brush.
You agree I should be using brush?
Do whatever the viewers want.
What do you want, viewers? Are we getting any comments from anybody?
Which means you're a
no comments, unfortunately. We need a guest.
Well, if you're watching this,
no guests.
Send us a comment.
We've learned that lesson.
No, I think the lesson we learned was no other co-hosts. Guests are fine.
Yeah, well, I did do it on my own for a bit during the Astro Kitty, just to sort of see how that would go. I like having someone to talk to.
I'm not someone to talk to?
Or someone focusing drawing. Where?
Well, I'm drawing myself. You weren't drawing, so I'm drawing.
What? What are you
being
defensive about? Yeah.
I'm drawing because you were talking and showing stuff.
Yeah.
Someone has.
I wasn't having a dig. I don't know why you're carrying on like I was having a dig at you.
I'm feeling guilty about my drawing, to be honest. I can't draw for poop. Poop.
Now, poop, that's one of the easiest things to draw.
Depends on the poop.
Did you know that?
It depends on the poop.
Well, I mean, yeah, okay. If you're trying to do a particular rendition of an accurate rendition of a particular poop, I suppose it gets harder. But even so,
well, poop
it's a lot easier to draw.
Poop does get harder. That's why it's better off when you're a pet owner to pick up the old poop. So you gotta let the poop sit in the yard for a while. I thought you knew that. You had a dog.
Yes, whenever I would pick up the poop, I was reminded of this song that somehow got to be a hit in England at some point in the 1980s. And it was from a German punk rock band, and I forgot what the band was called, but the song was called "There's a Dog Shit in My Garden."
Okay.
Can we look that one up? It's like there's a dog shit in my garden. UK hit record. I can't remember what year that was. Wait, is the producer gone on vacation again?
Our problem.
Oh, that's Google Calendar reminding me that, okay, Scott Johnson's show is at 75 Arbor Road. Wait, okay, show me that one again so I can look at it.
Ugh. I hate this drawing stuff.
Well, then don't do it.
It's overrated.
Who rates it? Well, you rate it highly. Yeah, you have to downgrade it a bit. So it's just okay to be whatever it is.
Yeah, kids, it's okay to be be terrible drawing. Choose another career.
Ooh, now this is confusing. All right.
I'm confused.
Well, she's got this sort of blonde wig in, but actually, and her skin, her hair under the wig is darker. I'm confused about how I'm supposed to draw it. uh, all right, it's gone very quiet again.
Yes, it has gotten quiet.
Honestly, he's sort of nagging me to draw. And as soon as I start drawing, he takes off.
That's why he nags you to draw. He knows that he can leave once you start drawing. It's probably having.
Or maybe you could actually use the private chat feature and see that I had to go to the bathroom.
Sorry.
Oh, I can't see any of that one once I'm
Sorry.
going. It's like it's too far away and too small.
You wanted something about a dog shit in the garden? What?
There's a German pop record that was a hit, like from a German punk band that was a hit record in England, or at least it was on Top of the Pops. I don't know how much.
Top of the Pops? What the hell's Top of the Pops?
And it was called, There's a Dog Shit in My Garden. Probably Jimmy Savile was responsible for it being there now I think about it.
And I think I found it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
They're playing in Herning, Denmark at Friday, October 3rd.
Oh, really? What are they called?
Shubidua.
Shubidua? I don't remember that, but right. And that says they were the ones that had the hit. Can you play it?
Well, no, we're gonna get copyrighted. You can't play it.
No, you can do a sample. You can do a sample.
You can literally play up to 2 seconds, without getting copyrighted.
Well, then play 2 seconds.
No, because there's a pretty good chance I'm going to play slightly more than 2 seconds, and then we're going to get copyrighted. Like,
fine.
Well, can we put a link up so where people can see it?
There's no other song called "There's a Dog Shit in My Garden."
There's a dog shit in my garden. When something like that.
What's wrong with you people in England?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, even I was like, this is really a hit record. The thing is, it kept going through my head every time I was out there picking up dog shit. Like years later, decades later. I mean, I didn't have a dog then, but years later I had a dog. Decades later I had a dog. And I'm going around picking up the dog shit, and all I can think about is this song. Thanks, Top of the Pops. Thanks, Jimmy Savile.
You are so weird.
Yeah, the whole nation was like being groomed by Jimmy Savile on Saturday TV every week.
Who's Jimmy Savile?
Who's Jimmy Savile?
Yeah.
He's only one of the most evil men who ever lived, and he had a TV show on Saturdays, and every Saturday afternoon at 5:00 for the kiddies. He's like one of the greatest sexual abusers in all of human history, it turned out.
Wow.
Do you miss that story?
I do.
There's a Netflix documentary about him if you want to see it, but yeah. You missed about Jimmy Savile.
Well, we have other horrible people on TV here.
Whatever he did is about 100 times worse than what Bill Cosby did.
Okay.
1,000 times worse. I don't know how much more worse. I mean, it's a lot worse. He was probably killing people, actually. That's not really proven, but, it's quite possible.
Okay.
I mean, he was like, he was volunteering in hospitals, the famous Jimmy Savile, and he was sexually abusing mentally and elderly patients, children. He abused people from like 12 years old to 78 or 90 or something like that. I mean, it's absolutely horrific what he would do. And yet, he was like everybody, and he would sort of more or less tell everybody what he was doing. That's the trouble. That's the most horrific part. Everyone's like, "Oh, ha ha, Jimmy's just being funny, old Jimmy."
So he was actually,
Talking about Epstein Island, whatever went on at Epstein Island, I don't know. Whatever Jimmy Savile did, I think is
oh my
worse.
God.
Yes, so we're all kids. The whole British youth was basically traumatized.
Now, did you see that Wacom released some new products?
No, I don't really pay much attention to things like that.
Oh my God.
I don't know, Dale, you're obsessed with products, but all right, that's your role on the show. Tell us about the new products.
Wacom has a couple new products coming out. One of them is a reduced price 24-inch Cintiq, and the one with touch, I think, is about $1,500 or $1,600 now. They've really dropped the price of that Cintiq. And the other thing is, do you remember years ago they had their own computers, the Mobile Studio Pros?
No.
Okay, well, Wacom for a while was making their own, or they were licensing someone to make computers for them. And they were nice, portable tablet computers, but they did have a bad reputation for quality and repairs. I remember being at the CTN, I'm sorry, the, not CTN. Yeah, it was a CTN expo. I would see kids with theirs and they would complain about them. But Wacom is going to come out with their own Android tablet now with stylus for drawing.
Wait, did you guys see this? Shubidua is a Danish band, not a German band.
Oh.
So, there.
Okay.
Well, there we go. That explains why they're playing in Denmark, I guess.
Okay. So
thanks for that. Thanks for that hot. Thanks for that hot announcement. If anybody's just tuning in,
yeah. So they're coming out with their own Android tablet for drawing. They're hoping to compete against the iPad. I don't see it happening.
Oh, okay. With the rise of Procreate.
Yeah.
Procreate.
But I was interested. The thing that really interested me for the advertising of their, and they also have a 16-inch, a new 16-inch Cintiq coming out. I was surprised.
Is that good?
I'm sorry?
16-inch, is that like diagonally? Yeah. Like the way that they like to measure everything diagonally? It's like, oh, it's 16 inches. No, but only if you measure it diagonally.
But I was...
Everything's a scam, kids. It's all a scam. All you need is the air that you breathe.
I was interested in who they...
Look at trees. They don't need anything but sunlight. They just stand where they are. They get everything they need. They don't do anything.
I was interested in who they were choosing as the spokespeople to demonstrate, because often these things are demonstrated by celebrities or in the digital or commercial art field. And all of the people I saw demonstrating these new products I had never heard of, and they were all kind of they're a little bit hipster for me. So I I wouldn't take their advice on buying hardware. I am no longer the target audience for Wacom products, which is sad.
Well, yeah. So you're saying you're only going to take the advice of somebody who's like older than you.
Um, it, well, there
That's
used to be people like Craig Mullins or Ryan Kingsley or Tomas Whittlebach who I would pay attention to. And there are some online reviewers like Brad Colbo and Lisa Gage who I'll pay attention to for buying hardware. But I've never heard of some of these kids who are now advertising Wacom products. And in one case, I really think they chose one of the spokespeople just based on her looks. Because I went to her website and I was unimpressed by her work. But maybe that's because I'm sexist and old.
Well, that is an opinion I've heard voiced by some people.
An ex-host. Did an ex-host of the show refer to me as sexist and old?
I'm not a lawyer, so I can't tell you.
Okay. Well, all I can say is, if it's who I think it is, she's a big poopy head.
Oh.
Oh.
That's why we love you. That's why I have you on the show, to be sexist and old. You make me look less sexist and old by comparison.
I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't really work, does it? Having someone sexist and old to make yourself look less sexist.
It works until you announce it.
It's not a successful tactic. Yeah.
Well, what?
All right.
So, do you think I'm sexist and old, Charles?
I mean, I wasn't here. No, I don't think you're sexist and old. I mean, you're a little bit old, but from what I've seen, I don't think you're very sexist.
There's no sex better than any other sex. Except, like, some genders are better at having a penis than others. That's what. And some genders are better at having breasts than others. Some genders are better at having babies.
Okay.
But
where the hell is this conversation going?
No, it's not going. That's it.
I have no idea where the hell we're going with this.
Where are we going to?
Did I tell you I went?
I wouldn't say I'm going to have to take singing lessons because I really want to be able to sing, and I've never been able to sing.
Did I tell you that I actually went out of the duplex and did something?
Wow. Yeah, you did. I mean, I thought you started doing that after the pandemic. You decided the pandemic was over, like 2 years after it ended.
This week that I did something. That I did something interesting.
Okay.
I went to Art Boutique, which is on Race Street in San Jose. It is a music hall. Do you remember the Alternative Press Expo in San Francisco?
How could I forget it?
That's run by San Jose comics legend Dan Vado. And Dan started a music hall in San Jose called Art Boutique.
Oh,
And they get all these cool bands in. And
yes.
he also has a drink and draw night. And they have
Ooh,
snacks and soft drinks. And
wow.
you go and they have a DJ. And so I went,
Well,
and they have.
are you just making all this up because you were jealous about Cartoonist Conspiracy, and now you're making up like you've got an even better one?
I'm not making it up. You can certainly find Art Boutique on the web, and you can look at their calendar. It's once a month, and I recommend if you're in San Jose or near enough. My friend drove out from our friend Greg Beta came. He's out in
Oh yeah.
the boonies, but hung out with Greg Beta, said hello, and but it was fun. You know, they had the DJ was Homegirls of Soul, so they played soul music all night in this tiki themed um, music hall. So it was like being in some weird Quentin Tarantino movie. It was fun. You don't really have to.
Why were people getting shot up in bloody ways?
No, it's just dark, lost soul music. It was a lot of fun.
Okay.
And they have soft drinks and snacks. And I was surprised by, I think they had at least 5 or 6 non-alcoholic beers. So,
Well, it's interesting because there was a program on the news about like all the exciting nightlife that goes on in San Jose.
well, San Jose will often have exciting nightlife, and then the city will do everything it possibly can to kill it, so that they can make
And
way.
you're talking about there's a neighborhood.
So they can make
There's
way
a sort of
for
artistic
new,
neighborhood.
more expensive, exciting nightlife.
It was talking about there's an artistic neighborhood in San Jose where there are little arty shops and artists
No,
hanging
there's
out.
no such thing.
No, there is. It was on the news.
The fake news.
Well, the local
Dude,
news.
every time there is a nice art district in San Jose, it gets killed because of gentrification.
Yeah, that's what they were complaining about.
Yeah.
No, I can't remember exactly. They were. It was like Odell will know all about that.
There is
I'll ask him about
no RT. There's no good art section in San Jose anymore. I mean, there's the nerd crawl. I mean, you can, if you know where all the good shops are, like Time Tunnel Toys and Streetlight Records and Rasputin's, and I mean, you could argue that Campbell is kind of an art crawl, but there's nothing in the downtown. Well, I take that back. I mean, there's some cult restaurants, but not shopping. And there is a movie theater called Three Below that I'm really excited because Three Below is going to show MASH again. And I'm dying to see MASH on the big screen again.
Now, someone was talking about MASH the other day.
Yeah.
Did I hear that? All right. Robert Altman film.
An anti-Viet.
Donald Sutherland. He's popular these days.
It was an anti-Vietnam War film set in Korea.
But then it became a popular TV show. I mean, it was a phenomenally popular TV show. It was sort of quite ahead of its time. Although I realised there was a difference because in the UK they showed it without the laugh track, so it seemed more drama-y than like here where they showed it with the laugh track.
Yeah, laugh tracks you can find on the internet, but there are some episodes of The Big Bang Theory without the laugh track. Really changes the show.
Yeah, it probably comes like really tragic.
Yeah, it's kind of like those Garfield cartoons where they
Garfield without John or whatever, or John without Garfield. Yeah. Well, that was an interesting documentary I watched about like the monasticizing of Garfield. That like those cartoons, but then there's like I'm sorry, John meme that sort of where Garfield sort of becomes this weird chthonic demon from another universe.
Garfield, I remember Garfield as a kid. That was Jim Davis was an assistant, or I forget the name of the artist, but he was an assistant for the comic strip Tumbleweeds. And Garfield was a big sensation when it came out.
Yes, my friends, they had a big book of Garfield, and my mother didn't think very much of it. She said supposedly it's America's funniest cat, but I don't think it's very funny. But I thought it was quite good.
Well, I think it was the cartoon universe balancing itself out because Schulz attempted to introduce a cat into Peanuts.
Yes, I remember there was the sort of sloppy, the cat that the girl would carry around that was sort of...
And she carried around... the name of the cat was Farron, who was named after a country music star. And Schulz supposedly said that he discontinued Farron because he could not draw the cat well enough. But
Okay.
the interesting thing is the cat that was in the strip Peanuts was that stupid cat next door. And the stupid cat next door was really Snoopy's nemesis. They would get into violent fights. They had a space race where Snoopy beat the cat to the moon. That was a major story. So, and
like the cat was Russia and Snoopy was America.
And one time, Snoopy thought that the stupid cat next door had gotten a hold of Woodstock. So he leapt into the fray.
Oh, dear.
To rescue Woodstock. But it turns out that he didn't. It's a false alarm. But I was up at the last time I was at the Schulz Museum, I asked, because every once in a while you would see it, they would have a licensed Farron plush, but they were out. And they told me that people ask for Farron, the cat. So I always think that Schulz made a huge mistake.
Oh, wait, what did I just do?
I think the strip would have been way more popular if he had had a cat.
Wait, holy shit.
What are you talking? It looks fine.
No, I think I just added Tina to the block list in Restream chat.
What?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Block your wife.
No, there was a spammy thing. I tried to block it, and now Tina's all disappeared. I think I blocked hers.
Wait, why didn't you just tell me to do that?
I don't know. Can you figure out how to undo that? I don't know where the block list exists in Restream.
Oh my god.
Hang on, I'll figure it out. Hang on.
One of the things I hate about Clip Studio Paint is they
We've got to go to the Restream chat settings. All right.
they don't have an easily accessible.
You can't do that while you're in a stream.
No, I can do it outside of the
They
stream.
don't have an easily accessible slider for line stabilization. They have easy sliders for brush opacity and brush size, but they don't have anything for stabilization, and it needs it. It's a pain in the ass to go back and forth to always try to fix the stabilization. Or change the stabilization. So did you guys? Oh, that's right. We had a big argument last time. One of you was gonna take the other to the movies. Did you go to the movies?
Yeah, okay, I figured it out. All right, okay, I took her off. All right.
Okay, there we go.
Did you go to the movies?
Yes, we went to the movies. We saw Superman. It was very good.
So you had a father-son bonding moment.
Well, Mom came too.
Okay, I completely ruined it, I guess.
No, that was very nice. We had a lovely time. We enjoyed Superman. Family rating of 5 stars.
Okay, so you had a family bonding experience.
Yeah, it was a fun Superman movie for all ages. It was good to see young kids in there enjoying it. And I mean, really, then I thought about it. You know, that's the age. That was the age when I watched George Reeves as Superman, and I enjoyed that a lot. I remember enjoying that and really liking George Reeves as Superman. And you know, that was my Superman. And you know, Christopher Reeve was all right. I quite enjoyed those. That was good. But you know, I mean, it's for the kids.
Has Charles seen George Reeves as Superman?
No.
Oh wow. You need to see.
But Ben Affleck. Were you talking about something? There was a movie where Ben Affleck played him in a movie.
I think that was the one where the kid aimed the gun at him.
Yes.
But he wasn't actually Superman or something.
No.
No, yeah, he's not actually Superman. He was actually played Superman, but it was like early days in television and typecasting, and I think people didn't really people didn't really understand stuff.
Well,
like
that still goes on now. Talk to any Star Trek.
Yeah, it still goes on now.
Talk to any Star Trek actor, and talk to the actors on The Big Bang Theory. Or talk to the actors who were on Married with Children. There, David Faustino, who played Bud Bundy on Married with Children, he actually had his own show. It was on Crackle streaming network, and it was about him and this other child 80s actor, and how their lives were just ruined by their children, by the shows they were on as kids. It was called,
and all that money they made. Yeah, all right. But if it had been that, they'd have been their lives had been ruined by something else.
It was called Starving, and if you can find it, I highly recommend it.
Starving.
It was one of the funniest thing. Yeah, It was this actor who was on Parker Lewis Can't Lose, and in the credits it says, "Yeah, he was from Parker Lewis Can't Lose," and he did lose.
Huh?
Oh, I have it's a great show. It's about two has-been actors who are just desperate to get work again. I really recommend it. But the guest stars were insane. And all the actors from Married with Children were on it. Alan Thicke was on it. Coolio was on it. Gilbert
Coolio,
Gottfried was on it. Uh,
Gilbert.
you'll love it.
Oh, I miss
Yeah,
Gilbert.
he was awesome. Well,
All the good comedians were all taken away. The Nazis took them first. Made sure to get them out of the way because they'd be making too much fun of them.
there was a quote going around the internet the other day by Mel Brooks, and he was talking about Jewish humor, and he says, the choice was to either laugh or cry, and there's been articles. Mad Magazine.
And they really hate it. They really hate it when you laugh at them.
Mad Magazine
Just
was
FYI.
heavily impacted by Jewish humor, and also you had cartoonists like Sergio Aragonés, whose family fled fascism in Spain, and you had Proteus, who drew Spy versus Spy. He fled Fidel Castro from Cuba.
Yeah, they always want to kill cartoonists. They hate the one thing they hate more than anything is being laughed at. They really cannot stand being laughed at, and that's true. So you've got to remember to always, if you don't want to punch Nazis, then just laugh at them. It's actually a lot easier. It's going to make them much madder. Actually, punching them, that's very good because then they can say, "Oh, you punched me. You're a violent criminal." But if you laugh at them, it even better get other people laughing at them. They'll be so mad at you that they'll probably kill you. But
look at Charlie Hebdo.
Yeah.
No, God, I think it's Chuck Jones, No, what's Chuck's last name?
But you shouldn't be worried about Nazis killing you. I mean, that's the last thing you should worry about. That's how they win, is by making you afraid of them. And really, they're not going to be afraid. The thing is, they're deeply afraid. You have to remember that they're mentally ill, right? They've all got psychopathy. They're mentally ill. If they're not actually got psychopathy, they're just sort of very frightened, weak people. So they're people with psychopathy and frightened, weak people. So, the worst thing you can do, actually, is be afraid of them in any way.
The thing is, you should be afraid of being killed all the time, but it should be by your significant other.
You can't go through life being afraid of death. I was terrified of death as a child. It's pointless. You're going to die. And when it happens, it's going to be too soon.
Always too soon.
Yeah. So it doesn't really matter. Like, time is all relative anyway. You live forever. Your life is set. It's permanently etched in stone on the face of the universe. In time. You can't. Your life is there. It's set. It's changed.
Well, they talk about that in the movie The 13th Warrior. Now, if I added a fourth movie that you should live your life by after Zardoz, Charlie Muffin, and Circle of Iron, I would probably add The 13th Warrior, because there's a scene where they talk about that the length of the thread of your life is already predetermined, and you can't hide from that.
No. Sorry.
No.
Well, the future determines the past, possibly, but no. No, you determine the future of your life. there are forces in the universe acting that you can't do anything about. That's true. And yeah, those forces will eventually kill you. But that you can't abdicate any of your responsibility of affecting the universe around you.
The whole point of being human is to blame your problems on somebody else.
That's abdicating your own responsibility.
Yeah, well, that's just human nature.
Not good people.
I never said I was good people.
Good people realize that they have responsibilities for the world around them.
Uh,
Bad people think the world owes them a living.
I'm going to be... I am going to be in Capitola today at the Capitola Mall doing some puppeteering. I will be a Quetzalcoatl.
Quetzalcoatl. Oh, that's interesting because in D&D, my players are being threatened by. They're in a land of dinosaurs, and they've got evil drow flying around on Quetzalcoatls, who are trying to hunt them down and kill them. Quetzalcoatlus.
There is a statue of a Quetzalcoatl in San Jose. It's
Really?
extremely hated by many people.
Why?
It was a big fight between should there be a realistic sculpture in San Jose of one of the white settlers of San Jose, who was not exactly kind to the natives and the indigenous people who were here, or should there be something that celebrates the Mexican culture? And they went with the statue of Quetzalcoatl, but the artist who was going to do Quetzalcoatl did not do what people would think Quetzalcoatl would look like. He was actually in Mexico and looked at very old carvings of Quetzalcoatl and based his statue on those carvings. It's actually a tribute to those carvings. But the other thing is, when it was done in brown cement-like material, a fake stone. The combination of the color and the combination of this coiled serpent made it look like a big pile of dog droppings. And it's interesting that it was done, I think it was in the 90s.
In fact, you're talking about how easy it is to draw dog poo. It's like very easy to draw dog poo.
I think the guy actually sculpted it small scale, and it was scanned and then milled. So technologically, it's interesting that the way it was made. But I like it because it protects. If you're an old San Jose kid, you know that San Jose is always under threat by the Milpitas monster. So,
what now?
The Milpitas monster.
The millipede monster.
Milpitas.
I thought it was Milpitas.
Milpitas is a city, and they had a monster.
Is it Milpitas or Millipetas?
Yes. And they had I think it was a high school. They made a monster movie called The Milpitas Monster. And so San Jose has always been under threat that the Milpitas monster would come and destroy San Jose the same way Godzilla would destroy Tokyo. So,
Okay, so this high school movie monster became real in people's minds.
well, if you grew up in the Bay Area and you watch Creature Features, which had Bob Wilkins as the host, Bob Wilkins,
Right. Fortunately, I
Bob
didn't.
Wilkins,
It sounds like people who did that ended up kind of mentally
yeah,
deranged.
Bob Wilkins was actually in the movie The Milpitas Monster, and so
Oh,
we honor.
so that gave it a bit more
Oh
credibility.
yeah,
So people said the monster guy on TV. So it's like that movie Fright Night.
yes.
I did like Fright Night.
Um, I love that movie.
I didn't see the remake though.
The remake sucked,
Yeah, that sounded like a terrible idea.
but
I mean, it's amazing that a movie like that worked as well as it did, and it is a great movie.
oh, Roddy McDowell.
You're not going to be able to recreate that. It's just going to be that it worked because of a random fluke of casting and just everything all comes together, and you get a great movie. You remake it, you're going to be doomed. You've got to remake a crappy movie.
Roddy McDowell made that movie. That's why
Yeah.
he was just an extremely underrated actor. I mean, he made Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
The fact he could act that well under that makeup, and he played that character for years. I mean, he was in almost all. I think he was not in. I think he was not in one of the 8 movies. And then he played. I think it was Galen on the Planet of the Apes TV show.
Yes. I believe you're correct in that.
Yeah, before Star Wars, Planet of the Apes was a big franchise. They had toys. Every once in a while, when I'm at the San Jose Super Toy Show, someone will have some of the old Planet of the Apes TV tie-in toys, and it takes every ounce of strength not to buy the Planet of the Apes treehouse, which I wanted for Christmas one year and never got over it.
Yeah, Dale, you're way old enough to have bought it for yourself now at this point.
It doesn't work, dude. You can't buy toys like that for yourself.
So you're still holding that against your parents,
Yeah,
are you?
that's when it's time for them to go into a home, I'm going to remember that.
Well, my parents were very nice, and they bought me the Star Wars toys I wanted, which was great. Unfortunately, they were mean because they encouraged me to sell them to the neighbor kids when I got older and was too old for them anymore, which I did. And I thought I was making good money selling them off to neighbor. No, I knew I was selling them off way too cheap, but he was a nice kid and he was going to enjoy them. But I had all sorts of things. I had the original Death Star playset that they only made in the UK, which was far superior to the one that was made in the USA.
Well, remember, Star Wars really it's a Hammer movie. It's a British sci-fi movie, and it's pretty much just the sequel to Space 1999.
Sure.
Oh, screwed up the buttons. I really do need to think when I'm doing these.
Yeah, like those books, How to Think When You Draw.
Yeah, I don't.
I think you've got to sort of half think.
I just don't want to.
You do too much thinking, it will come out very stiff, like in those books. So you've got to half think.
I just don't want to spend the time looking at reference. I just want to start drawing. I gotta start looking at reference.
Well, there's drawing from reference and drawing from not reference. It's different. But yeah, I find reference. I mean, for something I'm doing right now, yeah, it's better to have some reference, I would say.
All right, that's a little better. I was at Atlantis Fantasy World, and there's a lot of.
Wait, is this Dale's retail roundup?
No, I'm just rambling while I'm talking. I do have a retail roundup, though. I do have a retail roundup because I bought something.
Dale's retail roundup ramble.
Wait. Ramble? F you, dude.
You literally said you were gonna ramble.
Shut up.
You said you were going to do a ramble. Wait, what?
Okay, my retail ramble is I was at Lenardi's, one of the cool supermarkets that's in the South Bay. I don't know if you have them up there, but there was one of these guys who they have like a table in the grocery store and they ask you to try some product like smoked butter or in this case it was non-alcoholic wine. And the guy like asks me, expecting me to tell him to F off. Would you like to try some non-alcoholic wine? And I go, yes, I would. And that's because a majority of the non-alcoholic wines out there suck. They're just not worth drinking. But surprisingly, this Cabernet by One of One, am I showing the label? Is slightly drinkable. So if you don't drink anymore, I mean, there's a lot of good non-alcoholic beers, but the wines suck. But I had the sparkling wine from One of One, and I'm drinking the Cabernet this morning with my pudding cup. And I recommend try the Cabernet Sauvignon by One of One, which is alcohol removed wine.
Now, when you say your pudding cup, is that your pet name for Sabrina?
No, I like the flan cups.
Who's that?
The
then?
flan cups are a dessert. You can get them in the pudding area. Rather than just getting pudding, you get flan, which is a type of
Now you sound like
custard
Jeffrey
with a
Epstein.
sugar sauce. It's all about the sugar sauce.
You sound like Jeffrey Epstein talking about the teenage girls.
Yeah.
That's how he talks about it.
Well, not now. He's dead.
No. Oh yeah, you believe that?
What, you think he's like wearing a fake
You
mustache?
don't think he's living in luxury on his island somewhere?
Yes, I'm sure he's on his island somewhere. Fake mustache. Ugh,
Probably is.
nuts. All right. Time.
Just FYI. Just FYI. He probably is.
If Jeff's watching the show, you're a very bad man. Dude. You know,
No, people like that don't watch shows like this.
I just don't understand why anyone would want that. Chuck, Charles, let me give you a piece of advice. You really only want to be in relationships with the women who are over 35.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of have seen a lot. Like, some people would say this is like an incel mentality, but I don't know. It seems kind of true. I feel like women have like their highest like relationship value, at least like globally when they're younger, and then men's relationship value goes up when they're older, because it's like,
Well,
I feel like, it's basically, it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a nice, stable relationship, then you probably do want to get with someone who's the same age as you. But I feel like there's a lot of people who just want, the stereotypical things. So for guys, they usually want young, attractive women, and then women usually want men with stable jobs and income. So that's usually going to be an older man and a younger woman.
What you want in a relationship is you want someone who is given up and is willing to settle. So
maybe that's what you want in a relationship. I would enjoy some love and mutual respect, personally.
oh, don't, dude. Yeah. No, that's
Good luck with
that's what the diamond industry and Hallmark have sold you on. I mean, you're looking for some big city girl. You're looking for a big city girl who's tired of the big city life and wants to come back and help you run a farm to table pet rescue. Dude.
Huh?
Yeah.
Sounds like you've been watching too many Hallmark movies.
Yeah,
Watch one Hallmark movie, you've seen them all.
yeah. Well, the thing is that actually that's what most people do.
What? Leave the big city?
They do useful things like run pet rescues and form relationships.
Yes, for the shut-in cartoonists, I'm sure it's a lot harder to find someone. But some people get lucky like Dad.
Okay. Do you know?
Well, the point is to realize that you're lucky when you are lucky, because sometimes you get lucky, but then you think, I could get luckier tomorrow.
Okay. What you want in a relationship?
That's called greed.
What you want in a
Well, yeah, but it's very hard to know like how greedy you should be.
What you want in a relationship is someone who will hold your hair back while you're vomiting in the toilet and then clean the puke off you. That's love.
That Dale's got some points.
That's
there,
true. But I feel like that comes with love and
or
mutual
worse,
respect.
When you get older, when you get older,
comes.
You're going to have to do a lot worse things than that.
That comes with a perverse need to laugh at your significant other puking. You want someone who's going to amuse you.
Yeah, I mean,
practically every successful relationship that I have heard of, they all have some horrible like poop or puke stories.
Yeah.
And
no, they're definitely, and when you get older, those things are going to be worse.
So that's really what you want. You want a partner who is not afraid of cleaning up body fluids.
Yeah, I would say for a life partner, that's probably a good.
Well, I don't know. Yeah,
but I could also just be a like lonely rich guy who like hires people to wipe my ass. So it's not necessary.
Right. Yeah, if you can become rich. Yeah, sure.
That
if you become rich,
worked
you can do
for
what
Hugh Hefner, but wasn't really happy.
No, exactly. Probably. I'm just saying, it's like, you can get people in this day and age. You can pay money to get people to do basically anything.
Yeah.
The only things you can't pay people for are usually love and mutual respect. So that's like the ultimate. That's the ultimate goal for me.
Well, kindness. How about that?
I mean,
Well,
everybody should be kind. That's hopefully what the Superman movie is teaching us. And I like how there's some people. It's like, oh, Superman is woke, or Superman is. It's like maybe you're just realizing you fit the Superman description for a villain.
Yeah.
well,
Maybe you're the baddies.
Yeah.
I think that you and I, Charles, should just have a long talk about, women in life, because I'm really worried that your parents have like set some false expectations.
I. How is it a false expectation if it's possible?
Well,
You see, you need me as a baseline to figure out whether or not your parents are wrong or I'm just completely full of it.
I
Or
think
have
you're
you already
all
come back?
individuals who have different, unique life experiences, and my parents have led unique individual life experiences to them having a good enough relationship to have a child and stay together after a long period of time and still relatively love each other. So yeah, that I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest. It's like it's possible, so that's what I'm going to strive for.
I think I'm just having a little fun with it.
All right. Well, sometimes you're very deadpan, so it's hard to tell when you're being serious or not.
I'm never serious. No,
you're never
I'm never
serious.
serious.
Okay. I don't think you should say things like that because sometimes you are.
Okay, I am serious. Go watch Zardoz.
He's serious about Zardoz.
Serious or not? Now, see, I don't know if I should watch Zardos anymore.
Well, I am serious. You can learn a lot about relationships in Zardoz. Because remember, at the end of Zardoz, Zed spends the rest of his life with Consuela, and they have a child.
All right, but they grow old and die
Yeah.
very quickly.
But
Nothing
the
happens.
thing is, when you think about
What's that all about?
it, Chuck, you and Tina are Zed and Consuela.
Now, Zardos was after 2001: A Space Odyssey, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, see, that was its biggest problem. Is it number one? It didn't have spaceships, and number two,
Yes,
Space
it
Odyssey
had a
already did it.
spaceship. They tell you that in the freaking movie. The whole point of the technology of the vortex is for space travel. It's a spaceship. It's an arc. Oh my God! Didn't you even watch the movie?
So they're on like an arc in space.
No, but they
like
went to space and there was nothing there, so they came back. All that technology, the vortex, was for long-term space travel. Oh my God! I tell people to watch. Oh, I'm gonna watch the movie. Oh, there's Sean Connery in a diaper.
Yeah. Yeah, then some guff about a vortex. Yeah, okay.
Oh my God!
Nobody's interested in that stuff. They're only interested in Sean Connery and his diaper.
It's like they made the movie for nothing. Greatest movie ever.
Oh, it is 12 p.m. by the way.
Oh dear.
It looks like you're almost done though, so you can probably just about get it finished.
Yeah. I'm almost done. I'm just doing the weird rock structures here. They look slightly phallic for some reason.
All your stuff looks slightly phallic.
Well, I was trying not to make them look phallic, but everything I did to make them look less phallic made them look more phallic. I feel like she needs a little something in the sky here.
How about a big willy?
Like a sort of moon. All right, end of the show. Is it the end of the show?
Well, yes, I think when we finally finish up that drawing, that'll be the end of the show.
All right. Well, I could probably work on it a bit more, but now it's sort of down to the sort of dibby and dabby at it for a bit, and I don't know. You have to sort of look at it and think, oh, now what should I do? All right, I got that done in the time. That's the main thing. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in again, everybody.
Are you going to show my drawing?
Yes, let's show Joe's drawing.
Okay. Your drawing. All right. Can't you show your own drawing? I mean, you have admin privileges on here, Dale.
Yeah, but I don't do any of that stuff.
All right. Well, you got to zoom out a bit.
I'm adding a couple bits of white out.
But you see, there you go. You see, you're refusing. You've abdicated again your own responsibility. You are the universe's local area representative, Dale.
Okay, so I did my drawing.
Now, what have we got going on here? Ooh, hello, that's different. Wait. Can we zoom in on it a bit? I can't see it.
Some kind of person in a tutu.
She's in a tutu. Is she She's fighting with Falstaff.
And they've got knives. Oh, she's got 4 arms.
You've got corks on the end of their knives.
No, she doesn't have 4 arms. I just didn't. They're
moving. It's like swooping around.
Movement, but I guess I didn't do it well.
She's like swinging around and stabbing him in the nose with her cork.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you really. Maybe like lower the opacity on the lines for the other arms. I don't know.
I'll figure it out.
That sort of thing. Stuff. Sorry, what is happening though? She's wearing like Astro Kitty was wearing in the tutu.
I'll figure it out.
Looks good though.
Why are they fighting?
Because you practice fencing.
Yeah, they're practicing. That's why they've got. That's why they've got corks.
Who are they? Who? Why? Who? What? Why? Where?
I hate this. I hate this show.
All right. Well, it's good enough.
Why can't you tell us?
It's good enough.
Why can't you tell us what's happening in your picture?
They're practicing fencing. He already told you.
Who is? Who is this woman?
Does it really matter?
Practicing fencing with.
Who is the character Who is that character? This Falstaff.
Who's your character?
Okay, I can tell you all about it.
Let's end the show.
She's Belinda of Boravia. And here she is in the Boravia landscape.
That was the evil bad guy country in Superman.
Yeah. Well, she's a Boravian resistance fighter.
So she's a bad guy?
But unfortunately, she's been convinced into thinking Superman's evil, so she's going to fight Superman.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, see, it's all there. I told you what's happening.
All right. Well,
let's wrap up the show.
Yeah, I think we'll run the ending sequence.
All right. Thank you for tuning in, everybody.
Yes, thank you.
All right, there we go.
Here's a theme song for Chuck Whelan Showy. He asked me to write one, but I stole from David Bowie. Here's a theme song. Chuck Whelan is the best. We have lots of hosts, but we're running out of gas. Will you be our guest on? Will you be our guest on? Beyond the Chuck Whelan Show.